For Ho Chi Minh, the North Vietnamese president, the years following the Geneva Agreement were bitterly disappointing. Ho was adored by millions of Vietnamese, North and South, as the man who'd driven out the French. But he had only won half a victory. South Vietnam, backed by the United States, refused to hold the elections that had been agreed at Geneva, the elections Ho had counted on, in which the U.S. knew he would win, to reunify the country. Everything pointed to the fact that the division of Vietnam would be permanent. As a nationalist and founder of the Indo-Chinese Communist Party, Ho Chi Minh was fast transforming North Vietnam. The party took control of almost every sphere of life. The reconstruction of the war-ravaged economy was pushed ahead at incredible speed. One of Ho Chi Minh's highest priorities was to get as much aid for North Vietnam as he could from the Soviet Union and China. In July 1955 in Moscow, he won promises of cash help for the North to stave off a food crisis. The Russians also pledged to send technicians and military advisors. At the same time, China meant to match or even better the Soviet offer. Although Ho Chi Minh's greatest ambition was to reunify North and South Vietnam, so far he had urged his followers to be patient. He had refused to back guerrilla warfare against the South. Both China and the Soviet Union were also insisting on caution. But by 1958, pressure to back an armed campaign was mounting. The tens of thousands of southern Viet Minh soldiers who came north after the Geneva Accords were by now restless and homesick. There was more pressure from inside the South, where the Viet Minh that had stayed behind were being wiped out by the new regime. In the northern government, an increasingly powerful faction of Southerners, led by Le Duan, the Communist Party General Secretary, was also arguing for strong measures. In January 1959, with Ho Chi Minh's blessing, the North Vietnamese Communist Party voted to support armed revolution in South Vietnam. To help the campaign, 4,500 Viet Minh Southerners were prepared for infiltration back into the South.